we won't be able to join.
Which one? Accountant.
Yes, Anil is not going to.
Sharad is excited now.
I don't know. Okay.
Sharad, accountant.
See? Good morning.
Hi, Yatin. How are you? I'm good. Hi, everyone. Nice to see you. Please have a seat. Can you get little bit move his place so that we can increase the level? We have TMoD. How we can help. Perfect, perfect.
Perfect.
We begin.
Yes. Hello, everyone. I am Sharad Jain, and I welcome you all to the 449 meeting of Eloquent Toastmaster Club. Today, I am playing the role of Sergeant at Arms, and I welcome you all to this beautiful meeting on a Sunday morning. And thanks for joining in today, as well as thanks to the virtual audience who are there today. As a SA, I have a special MRP for this club, that is stand for Mission, Passion, and Rules. So, going to the mission of the club is to provide the supportive and positive learning environment in which members are empowered to develop their communication and leadership skills, which result in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Regarding the rules, we have 3 ground rules. Number 1 is we don't talk about sex, politics, religion in the derogatory manner. Second one is to keep your mobile phones on silent, or you can switch it on to switch it off mode. We have 20 seconds to check at least once. The third is for the virtual audience to turn on their camera and keep themselves on mute if they are not speaking, as it is hindrance to the speaker. The passion, the third one stands for passion, and that is the eloquent passion, as it's a fourth consecutive term that we are the President Distinguished Club. And I salute all the hardworking election commission club officer team to make this happen. With this, I would like to introduce our Ashish to come on the stage and enlighten and welcome the guest.
Thank you, Sairam. 449th. Small number, isn't it? Shall we give a huge round of applause for it? I'm part of this club for about half that period. Joined around about 200 plus, and here we are. Next one is going to be super special, 450th, a milestone meeting, and let's come together, celebrate, and as many possible as physical. So we have amazing time in the coming week. But before that, let's celebrate 449, which is also equally special. We have quite a few guests today. First, let me start with the virtual audience guest, and I can see Vivek is setting up his audio. Vivek, can you hear us? I think we'll go back to Vivek later. We have physical guests. I'm forgetting Yatin, right? Yatin, could you come on the stage and introduce yourself to everybody? I know you came last week also, but we have few new faces, so everybody will know you.
Hi everyone, my name's Yatin. I'm a guest in this meeting for the second time now. I attended last week as well, and I learned a lot. I had a great time. So yeah, looking forward to today's meeting and looking forward to the session.
Yeah, we have a couple of guests on the far side of right. Could you come on the stage and introduce yourself? Yes, both of you, one by one.
Hi, I'm Vishakha. So I'm also coming second time, but I came last in September, August end. So due to personal commitment and profession, I won't be able to join. But yeah, it was exciting and very learning, positive environment. That's why I joined again whenever I get the opportunity, and I'm looking forward to join many years.
Very warm welcome, Salakha. And now we hear from Vibhanshu, who's a known face by now for many, but still for the new guests, at least there will be a good introduction from you. We keep inviting till the time person doesn't become member. So
Hello everybody, and my name is Vivanshu and I'm from Gurgaon. If I talk about why I came here to improve my communication. Actually, I believe that everyone has something to say. And somebody taught me that the moment you will open your mouth, people will know who you are. So I'm learning from people and I came here to improve my communication. I'm in sales. I'm doing great if I talk about my career. But there are so many things that I want to learn, and I believe that in this such environment, I will learn so many things, not just about communication, but about leadership and other skills as well. So I have a positive mindset and great thought. I'm here and I'm expecting great things. Thank you.
warm welcome. On this 449th meeting, there's something special going to happen today. Two reasons. Our table topic runner-up, Ayushi, is going to be taking the TMoD. First, let's give a huge round of applause to her. The theme she's chosen is 4Bs, and these 4Bs are breaking barriers and building bridges. Coincidentally, in today's Times of India, there's something else about 4Bs, but that 4B, I'll leave it for the Times of India only. We have much greater and much more exciting 4B to spend time today, and Ayushi is going to be taking this role. And also, we have the icebreaker coming from Vishakha. Let's give a huge round of applause for her. And our presiding officer Bhavna will be joining also, will be giving a speech. Aside of it, in the evening at, not in the evening, in the afternoon at 1 p.m. sharp, we have a meditation session coming from one of the meditation expert, Purva Gupta, which is going to be another very exciting session. So stay with us throughout till the end, and we will invite especially the guests at the end to give the feedback. On that happy note, let me hand over the stage to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Ayushi. Stage is all yours, Ayushi.
Thank you, Ashish. Am I audible and visible? Can you give a thumbs up?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So, good morning. As you know, today's theme is breaking barriers and building bridges. I'll tell you the inspiration later, but just imagine the scenario that I am presenting in front of you, okay? Now, imagine that you have set a goal for yourself and you have decided that you will walk 10,000 steps daily. Have you been there? Have you ever made such type of a goal? Yes? No? Okay, I see a few hands raising. Now, walking 10,000 steps on day one, it's easy, right? It seems doable. Walking 10,000 steps on day two, yeah, it's doable, it's possible. Day three, day four, day five, it's again possible. But now imagine that you have to walk 10,000 steps for the next 50 years. Now, this is where you see the barriers. You see the barriers of inconsistencies. You see that your inertia would take over. You have a tiring day someday, and you would just think to yourself that maybe not tomorrow. I'll go out for a walk next day. And you take a break for one day. That one day turns to a week, 1 week, 2 months, and now suddenly you just realize it's many months now and you haven't walked 10,000 steps daily. I don't know about you, but this is what has been happening to me. I have been trying to inculcate this habit of walking 10,000 steps. And I try to make it not daily, but at least 5 days a week. There are weeks where I walk all 5 days, 10,000 steps, and I'm very happy in that week. But then there are weeks where I just don't feel like getting out of the house and I barely walk in that week. Why? Because the barrier of putting things off at a later stage and my inconsistencies take over. And this is when my building a bridge of a new habit gets delayed. Now, this is what I have realized is that the days where you don't feel like putting up with your goal is the actual day where you have to push through. Like those are the real days where you have to push through and make sure that you do what you have decided to. This is where we need to break the barrier of inconsistency, the lethargy, the inertia that comes to build a bridge of consistency, right? The first days are only difficult. Getting into the momentum is only difficult, but we'll talk about that later and we'll discuss it in detail later. Before we move on to the next session, for the benefit of the guest, I would like to tell you how the Toastmasters meeting goes. So in a Toastmasters meeting, we have 3 sections. The first is the prepared speech, which Ashish covered briefly. We have 2 speakers today. After the prepared speeches, there is a table topic session where we have impromptu speeches for 1 to 2 minutes, and you will be given an impromptu topic and you have to speak on it. And lastly, we have a general evaluation session where each and everything in the meeting will be evaluated. Now, on that note, I would like to call our general evaluator to introduce his team of role players and his role. Please welcome him with a huge round of applause.
Thank you so much, TMoD. So we would start. Just give me a split of the moment. We need to remove the spotlight. So my role today is journal evaluator. And evaluator, evaluation. How many of you love evaluations? Honest answer, and I appreciate that. That's true for all of us. When it comes to evaluation, it's the season of PDPs for many of us. We generally what we do is we run away from it. Yes or no?
Yes.
The reason is not that evaluation is wrong, but reason is that evaluation is done by majority of the people in a wrong manner. And one of the very interesting book I read, the title of the book was Thanks for the Feedback. And you know what that book said? That when we are receiving the feedback, majority of us feel that the person who's giving is giving in a wrong way. Yes or no? Raise your hand if you feel like that. And when it comes to our turn of giving the feedback, majority of the people who give feedback feel that the receiver is receiving the wrong way. Raise your hands who have felt that also. Those of you who give can imagine. And you know, this is the conundrum and this is the dichotomy of giving and receiving. And perhaps both have their share to blame. The receiver are also not taking the kind of spirit, the kind of manner in which is supposed to be received. And giver also perhaps are not equally skilled in order to give feedback. And I think this is one very, very important skill which we learn in Toastmasters, is to give feedback appropriately. And the technique we call it is the sandwich approach. What is the sandwich? It is commendation, recommendation, and commendation. Now, commendation is about past, what happened, what the person did well. And recommendation is about future. You did this wrong is not a recommendation. Yes or no? But next time you take this activity, how can you make it better is a recommendation. And therefore, it's not a judgment. It is commendation, recommendation, commendation, recommendation, CRC. We call it CRC approach. Right? So in this CRC, each one of us will get an opportunity to be that evaluator today. Because we have, at the end of every speech, we'll be giving feedback to the speakers and we'll take the guest group in order to do that. Now, majority of us perhaps will think mostly to give commendation there, but please think through it as well. How can you give one recommendation? What you would like the speaker next time around when the speaker is on the stage? where can they take the level up? And therefore, the phrase or the idiom which I likes the most is that evaluation is actually enhancing the value from wherever we are, good to great, or maybe okay to good, and so on and so forth. So evaluation is nothing but enhancing the value. And today, the entire theme is going to be to enhance the value. Evaluation, very often we hear that evaluation is actually the most important reason which help us to grow. Otherwise, we can perhaps practice the speaking, etc., at our home itself. But this is the best part about Toastmasters, where we get that evaluation and you all join in giving. There's no one person giving, and I alone cannot do it. And therefore, even I have an extended team, which we call as tag team. Now, within the speeches, often we say that in communication, there are 3 C's which are extremely important. And the first C is conciseness. Nowadays, the attention spans are thin. People want to hear you in that limited time, and therefore there is a time limit for the speech, there's a time limit for the table topic, and we have our timer who's going to come here and explain his role to all of you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashish. As a timer today, I will be timing the table topic speeches, the prepared speeches, and the evaluations. So I will be alerting all the speakers of the time they have left with the green card, yellow, and red cards. And also for the table topic speeches, we'll be having the limits would be around 2 minutes. So for the first 1 minute, I will raise the green card. For the 1 minute, 30 seconds, I'll raise yellow card. And for 2 minutes, I will raise red card. Also, you will be having a spare of 30 seconds to conclude. For the icebreaker speech today, we'll be limiting the speech to 6 minutes, where I will raise the green card for the first 4 minutes, second, the yellow card for 5 minutes, and 6 minutes, the red card. Again, they'll be having a spare of 30 seconds to conclude. Next, we'll be having the prepared speeches, where the speeches should be limited to 7 minutes. I will raise the green card at 4 minutes, yellow at 5 minutes, and red at 7 minutes. And again, there'll be 30 seconds to conclude. Also, for the evaluation, it will be limited to 3 minutes, where I will raise the green card for the first 2 minutes, then 2 minutes 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card, and 3 minutes the red card. Thank you.
Today we have an icebreaker, timing of which will be 4 to 6. So 4 green and 6 red. And prepared speech, which is timing is 5 to 7, 5 green and 7 red. So a very simple tip for all of you. It's important to utilize your allotted time when you're on the stage. It is an opportunity, it's a privilege to be able to address 15 odd people who we are today. So whenever you are on the stage, take your allotted time. Do not leave the stage till the time you see the green card. And if you are running out of thought, you might share a joke or you might share something. And that's the benefit of being a Toastmasters. We are not judging you here. When you are on the stage, take your time and speak. Even if the topic which has been given to you, you are not really coming up with something, you can share what you feel like. It's fine. You know, a nursery poem also works on a lighter note. Right. So, but anything and everything is fine. Do not leave the stage till the time you see the green card. And once you see the red card, wrap it up in about 30 seconds. So I think these 2 tips helps us to stay within the time zone. Thank you. Thanks to our timer. Now we move to the second role, which is our counter. And today our counter is taken by Toastmaster Sharad. We invite him on the stage.
Thank you, Ashish. We all are here for a purpose, and that is to improve our communication. I can have a raise of hand, those who are agree with this. I see all of the hands. Yes, so as our guest, we want to say, the moment we start speaking, we are judging. We are judged by the people. And if we start with like this, oh, so you are gone. So today I am going to note down those words, those clutter words, filler words like you know, so, and any other repetitive word used by the prepared speaker or the members or the guest. I'll keep a note of it and I'll share my report at the end when called upon by the general evaluator. Just a trick to avoid this, take a small pause if you are forgetting something or you are not getting the right word. Little pause, do the work. It's a magic trick. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sharad, our accountant, and thanks for sharing the magic trick as well. So instead of the filler words, let's use the pause. All of us need time to think. Yes, our brain are not supercomputer as yet, but who knows, it might become one day. But till the time it does not, we all need time to think and utilize that by the pause rather than having the filler words. Thanks for that, for explaining the role beautifully. Now we move to our grammarian, and grammarian of the day is Toastmaster Dikshita. Grammarian will also be sharing with us the word of the day and the phrase of the day. Over to you.
Hi all, today I am playing the role of grammarian. So as a grammarian, I will introduce the word as well as the idiom of the day. And as a grammarian, I will take a note of the good and the incorrect uses of grammar. So the word of the day is related to the topic. So it's called hiatus, which means on hold, or it's a stumbling block. For example, after the lights went out, there was a hiatus. I couldn't apply on my I couldn't apply for the visa because process was on hiatus. Okay. And the idiom of the day is miss the boat. Example would be miss the boat means missing an opportunity. So example would be supposedly I forgot to apply for a program. So I missed the boat. Okay. So I'll publish my report as called by general evaluator by end of the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So I hope and pray that none of us have to go through hiatus, because it happens sometimes, then we have to take a pause. It's okay at times, but we try to minimize it as much as possible. And whenever anybody is using word of the day or the phrase of the day, please show thumbs up to encourage the person. Virtual audience can show virtual thumbs up as well, as we welcome Toastmaster Chintan as well as our very own Toastmaster Ravish, who's joining after a while. Warm welcome, Ravish and Chintan. Lovely to see you. Towards the end of the meeting, we will be back again with our evaluation. Till the time, whenever you are giving the evaluation for the prepared speakers, or you are giving your feedback at the end of it, please apply CRC recommendation, and we will be back at the end. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Ayushi. One message from Toastmaster Bhavna. Since she's late, we might schedule her speech after the TTM session.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Ashish, for your explanation of the role and the introduction of your tag team. With that, now let us move on to our first session, which is the prepared speeches. Our first speaker today is Vishakha, and she is giving an icebreaker. And to evaluate her speech, we have Toastmaster Dikshita, who will give her evaluation. I would like to call Dikshita on the stage to give the speech details for Vishakha.
Vishakha would be giving her first speech, that is the icebreaker speech, and she's been with us from last 2 months, I believe. 1 month. Yeah. So Vishakha, the stage is yours. Thank you.
Okay, let me introduce Vishakha. Okay. Vishakha is giving her icebreaker speech, and the title of her speech is The Best Gift You Can Give. The best gift you can give, Vishakha. The stage is yours.
Okay. Hi everyone, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I'm giving my icebreaker speech today. I'm Vishaka, a Tamilian raised in Delhi NCR. So I can talk about both chole bhature and dosas with equal passion. But today, instead of food, I want to talk about poker. I believe the greatest gift that you can give anyone is a set of poker chips. Now, you might be wondering why I'm encouraging gambling. But think about it. Don't we all gamble every day in life? Not with money, but with something far more valuable, our self-esteem. Rick Lavoie, an award-winning teacher, uses poker chips as a metaphor for self-esteem. He explains it quite simply. He says if you have high self-esteem, you have a lot of poker chips with you. But if your self-esteem is low, you don't have as many. He illustrates this with an example. Imagine two children in school. The first one, Tina. Tina has a mountain of poker chips on her side. How did she get these? Well, by good things happening to her. President of Debate Society, that's 10,000 poker chips. Perfect score on a math test, another 10,000 poker chips. Tina has accumulated millions of chips along the way and she feels great about herself. Some of you here might relate to Tina. You have plenty of chips on your side and you walk through life with confidence. But sometimes you can lose poker chips as well when bad things happen to you. For example, let's say Tina goes for a debate competition, stumbles a little, and loses. There goes 3,000 chips, but she still has 17,000 on her side. So she shrugs it off, moves on, and goes to school every day with plenty of chips, with baskets of poker chips in her bag. Now, on the other hand, let's look at Anjali. Anjali only has these many chips. She's never won a competition. She's never gotten a perfect score. She only has these many. So when Anjali is saying that she doesn't want to go to school, what she's really trying to say is, I don't have enough poker chips to play this game of life. And when she does show up, she plays conservatively. Even when she knows the right answer in class, she hesitates to raise her hand, afraid that she's going to lose the few chips that she has. Worse, sometimes her classmates take away more chips from her by making fun of her. Some of you here might relate to parts of Anjali. I know I do. However, growing up, I did pretty well academically, which gained me quite a few poker chips. But often I felt that I wasn't living up to the high expectations of my family and that I wasn't as smart as my elder brother. That thought took away a lot of poker chips from me. As a result, I played life a little conservatively. I hesitated to speak in public, I avoided extracurricular activities, and I stuck to the safety of academics. Instead of trying to figure out what I was truly good at and what I was interested in, I chose the default path of pursuing a degree in engineering in computer science. But post-college, I decided to do something unique and impactful. I applied for the Teach for India Fellowship. Teach for India, for those of you who don't know, is a non-profit with the vision that all children in our country deserve an excellent education. The fellowship is a 2-year commitment where you're placed as a full-time teacher in an under-resourced school. The children are first-generation learners who come from lower economic backgrounds, and you're expected to put them on a transformational life path. I was placed in a school in Bombay where I taught 60 incredible students, kids I now call my own. Those 2 years were the best of my life. I gained countless poker chips by doing work that was meaningful and fulfilling. But the most important thing I did was to give away thousands and thousands of poker chips to my kids, especially to those who needed it the most. Now, whether you're a Tina or an Anjali or somewhere in between, I believe that life is about building your stack one chip at a time. But it's also about gifting poker chips to others, kids and adults alike, and taking away as few as possible. Thank you very much.
This was an icebreaker speech, and I would request all of you to please stand up and give a standing ovation to Vishakha. What a wonderful speech, Vishakha.
Thank you. Sorry, I couldn't fully hear what you said, but thank you.
It's okay. It's okay. That's completely fine. I was just saying that it was a very wonderful speech and it straight come out of the heart. So it was even more relatable. A job well done. Congratulations on your very first speech and many, many more speeches to come.
Thank you.
Excellent. I would like to ask, do we have 1 minute of time so that we can share feedback with Vishakha, or maybe move on to the next session?
Yeah, 1 minute of time.
1 minute, okay. Timer, please share the red card when 1 minute is up. Meanwhile, those of us who are online and in person, please share your comments about Vishakha's speech. Okay, 1 minute is up. Just a second, I'm typing comment for Vishakha. Okay. I see the in-person people are also typing, or are we ready? Okay, I will get started. So, continuing with the theme, we last we left off was picking up the momentum. The very first few days where you start to build a habit, where you start to let go of an old habit and start to cultivate a new one, initial days can be difficult. I know when I started with the thought that I want to be healthy and I would devote time into fitness, the first few days they were difficult. When I walked and came back home, my legs were sore. I used to feel tired. And I used to question, is that even the thing that I want to keep up with for the next 10 years or 15 years? Because it's a lifestyle change and it takes time to build a new habit. But once you start into the momentum, you will see a difference. Once you give your very first speech, just like Vishakha did, you will follow into the momentum and it will be easier for you. You will break a barrier. You will build a new bridge for you. And the only thing that you have to get started with is to just set the flow. And then you will see the change. You will build a new habit. Now, can I have any one of you tell me an experience where you were trying to build a habit? And because when you're building a habit, it's not like a straight curve where it's like everything goes as planned. It's like ups and downs. There are too many ups and downs. Would anyone of you like to share any experience? Okay. I saw a few of us who have been trying to inculcate the habits of walking 10,000 steps daily. But what about reading a book? Has anyone tried to read a book and make it as a habit? I think I see 2, 3 people. Okay. Were you able to follow through it in a longer term, reading a book? I see no. Okay. I have been trying to inculcate that habit as well, but now it's just gone. What I used to do was I made sure that before going to bed, I would read a book. So in the evening, before dinner, I used to keep a book at the side table near my bed. And after dinner, when I came back, instead of just scrolling continuously through my phone, I had a choice whether I can scroll on my phone or maybe read a book. But when I saw that book nearby on my bed, on my study table, I was like, maybe let's just read one page. So it's 5 minutes. I'll read that. And then 5 minutes turned to 10 minutes. One page turned to two and two to three. That might help you. it helped me for a few days, but it might help. Okay. Now, what about cooking? How many of you cook here? Okay. Do you cook healthy or do you cook for pleasure? Okay, I see a few raised hands. For me, it's like eating healthy and cooking food myself so that I know how much oil I'm adding or how many vegetables I'm adding. So, have you ever tried to cook something healthy for yourself? Okay. I have also tried building up that habit, and it was a roller coaster ride as well. In the few days when I had the time, I used to cook a huge chunk of salad, and I used to eat it daily, once a day, once or twice a day. What worked for me there was I made it in bulk and I used to forget about it. And after 2 or 3 days, when the salad was over, I then restored back to ordering food from different places, and the unhealthy cycle again began. So sometimes we might think like we have to do everything on one day and maybe we can rest for the next few days. That's not how it happens. The body isn't designed for that. It's like few steps daily, few habits daily, eating healthy daily, not doing it all at once and maybe doing nothing at once. So it's just the momentum that you need to get into. Now that we are in a Toastmasters meeting, we don't have the second speaker yet, so we will move on to the next session, which is the table topic session. Now, as we are in a Toastmasters meeting, we are here to improve our speaking skills. And one of the ways to improve our speaking skills, again, is to get started. And you already have taken that first step. You already have enrolled in your Toastmasters membership and you are a part of Eloquent Toastmasters. You already have taken that one step, first step. Now, the next step is to volunteer for speaking. And table topics is that session where you can speak up if you haven't spoken up yet. So as we move on to table topics, I would encourage you to volunteer if you haven't. And with that, I would like to hand over the stage to our table topic master, who is Karnika. I'm so sorry, am I pronouncing your name right?
It's Karmika.
Karmika. Stage is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ayushi. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. So, table topic is an impromptu speech that help us to organize our thoughts, think quickly, and or think quickly. And the purpose of table topic is to give everyone chance, at especially those who do not have any prepared role or speeches. So. We have to speak at least for 1 to 2 minutes, and on 1 minute, our timer will show you green card. 1 minute 30 second timer will show you red card and yellow card, and on 2 minute timer will show you red card. So, who would like to try first?
Yatin, you would like to go? Okay.
The topic is, what is the most valuable lesson you have learned from a book?
From
Book.
a book. Hi everyone, my name is Yatin. So I think books evoke different kinds of memories in all of us. I, for one, have always been an avid reader, right from childhood. And I think different books have taught me different things. But if I have to recall one book which has taught me the most valuable lesson of my life, I would say it has to be The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. So The Secret essentially teaches you that you are the master of your own life. it is you who actually controls what you achieve in your life. We have a tendency, all of us have a tendency, myself included. We tend to blame ourselves, or we tend to blame others for situations when they don't pan out the way that we want it to. However, when I read this book, it gave me a feeling of self-empowerment, that it is me, that I am the master of my own destiny. And it taught me ways as to how I can attract what I want in my life. It has enabled me, I would say, to attract the kind of college that I went to. It enabled me to sort of attract the kind of people that I would grow from in my life, as well as manifest the kind of job that I wanted. So I think I would recommend this book to all of you, and it is a very empowering read, and I'm sure all of you would enjoy it. Thank you.
Indeed, the secret book really give you very powerful lessons, like how you are the creator of your own destiny. So, who would like to try next?
Dikshita raised her hand.
The topic is, what would you do if you had unlimited free time for 1 year?
Oh, wow. Oh, that's such an interesting topic. Thank you so much. So today my topic is, what would I do if I have unlimited free time for a year? Okay, if I have unlimited free time and money for a year, I would definitely travel. Okay. I will travel to all the places I have never been in my life. Okay. Secondly, I will actually push myself to really, really work out, because something I always been planning since I have put on weight. I don't know, it's been a decade, and I've not been able on a routine for so many reasons. Okay. And third, if I have free time, then I would love to work on my communication, and love to start something which will actually help society to actually work on their communication, because communication is something which I have learned over the period. It's the most important thing, be it in a personal, be it professional front. So I would love to give back to the society if possible in a year. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Next. Right. How do you stay motivated during challenging times?
So my topic is how I'm motivating myself during the challenging time. So this is being duration currently I'm facing. I've been asked during my Diwali vacations to travel for Singapore for an unknown client I have never met, I have never worked with, I never seen the culture, how they work, and it was very challenging for me. And being new country, new everything. So how I motivate myself, that the same approach I follow, that I have manifested this. I have manifested a trip to Singapore by my company paid payroll, and I have manifested my growth in this area. So it anyway, universe guided me to this. So I let my guard down to the universe, that it will lead me where my growth is belong, and it will always be there for me. So my trust on universe and my trust on myself led me to motivate through this journey. So thank you.
Okay, next.
Ravish, you may go next.
Yeah,
Ravi-
okay.
So the topic is, what is one thing you have done that pushed you out of your comfort zone?
So we all want to do something great in our life, and sometimes we feel stuck. We want to take action, but we don't know what to do. So what I have decided, like if I want to do something, I set up the goals. So like if I'm here, the today I was tired and I thought that I should skip, but I had a goal in my mind that I want to learn something and I want to grow. Similarly, whenever I want to achieve something, or whenever I want to create a new habit, or like I want to come out from my comfort zone, I start looking at my goal. Because somewhere I read, if you have your why clear in your mind, you can see something here, you can take action for that. So if you are not clear about what you are doing in your life, why you are doing, then you cannot go forward. So in simple way, if I talk about in my experience, I always ask right question to myself: why I'm doing this? Should I do this? So the moment you start asking questions, I ask a lot of questions: why I should do this, why I should not do this. I evaluate myself. I give myself to my to understand what should be the next goal, or what how can I improve myself. So in simple way, I can say the why should be clear in the mind. If the why is not clear, then there will be no target, and people who have already set up like what they are going to achieve or what they want, only they can be consistent. Otherwise, you cannot be consistent, because you will not have your own motivation. I can say you will keep on listening other people's. Maybe for few days you can feel good, but you should have your own target and own goals. Otherwise, there will be only little bit of motivation.
Thank you. Yes, anyone want to?
Ravish wants to.
So the topic is, what is the best compliment you have ever received?
So the compliments are always gives us pleasure. Mostly we cheer the moments which someone praise us on this. So last year when from my office works, my manager told me that you did a great job, and few things he told that these things you did, which was not expected, and it was kind of very cheerful for me. I was sort of, sometime we go to the managers meeting and we think of what could be the talks, or maybe they will point out few things which we are not expected. They will point out something which we are lagging on. But when your manager tell you that you did great job in certain areas, and even you did not notice that part, that gives you goosebumps. So this was instant dopamine rise for me, and I was expecting a very good hike. Unfortunately, that didn't happen because budget was low. But the compliment which gives us that boost to work more and work in a better way, which is still there. So it is like a boost for the next year working. So that is one thing I remember. Thank you.
Yes, Vivek raises hand.
Hi.
So the topic is, if you could invent something to improve daily life, what would it be?
Okay. Okay. So nowadays that we feel like we are all living in Delhi NCR, and pollution is a big problem. What I feel, basically, I belong to Kota, Rajasthan, and there the pollution level from both from Delhi NCR and my hometown is very huge gap. So I want, if I could invent a, a item or a tool where I can minimize pollution over all city, then that would be such a great help to society. So yeah, pollution is a big problem, and I think that there should be some solution, and we all should try to achieve a solution, and we all should try to do a little things to avoid pollution and make environment good for our future generation. Because I think all we have spent most of the life, 40-50% of our life, but yeah, there is a whole life which is remaining for future generation. So I think that that would be a good idea. Thank you.
Vishakha.
If you had to describe your life in a movie title, what would it be?
I did this question. Give me.
If you want to change it, okay, let me change.
No, it's fine. I start. Should I start?
Yeah.
Okay. Because it's like staring at the timer. Okay. I'm gonna go with an extremely cliche title, which is Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum. I feel, I feel this is a very safe movie title for everyone's life because and I've always felt this. Growing up, I would say life is like a sine wave when we first learned about sine waves in school, which was I think in ninth grade. I remember telling my friends, this is how life is. I think I was way too deep as a child, but yeah, it's full of ups and downs, and that's what the title Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum also conveys. And also embarrassingly, yeah, it is one of my most favorite movies, obsessed with Shah Rukh Khan. So I would say that movie title resonates with me the most. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Vishaka.
Chintan has raised his hand.
So the topic is, what does happiness means to you? Very easy topic to me.
English is the toughest.
Yesterday, I was talking to my friend as I was going through a personal struggle in life, in family, and some of the aspects which I can't disclose. And I spoke to her that I don't see myself as happy. And she, being a coach, professional coach, she asked, what's the definition of happiness? And that time I realized that I was looking from the wrong angle. Isn't it strange that we can motivate someone when they are sad, but we can't motivate ourselves when we are at the rough patch? And I answered to the question which she asked, that what happiness means to me. And in that answer, I realized that I already have the means what makes someone happy, but I didn't know how to savor the means. As Toastmaster of the Day mentioned about healthy food, I believe no matter great food we have, if we don't know how to savor, how to enjoy, and lynch on to the things which we love and squash every bit of joy from each and every moment, we can't find happiness from anywhere. I had been known to someone so famous who's happy, but in the inside, in the room, they are not happy. So, what I mean by happiness is what you feel and savor of what you have, not what you seek outside of what is not in your control. but what's in your control, what you have, and how you get the maximum out of it. That's what happiness means to me. What about you? Thank you.
Strongly believe that we always seek happiness in external things and things which we cannot control, but never take a sneak peek inside us and things which we can control and we can work on that, get the happiness. So, who want to try next? Yes. Because if you could spend a day with any historical figure, who would it be and why?
Historical figures. Let's go back in history. The most boring subject I found. How many of you joined me? Boring subject, history?
Yeah.
Yeah. Somehow it's never taught well. But if I were to go back in time and find out that one person I want to spend time with, I would spend time with a person called Anne Frank. I don't know whether many of you have heard about her or not. She was one of the person who died in Holocaust. And her stories, the stories which she wrote, was turned into a book by his father, who somehow survived. And those stories are so heart touching. And she says about so many life elements. And you can imagine she was a girl of around 13, 14 years of age. And the kind of depth which you find in her story, you realize that what is life all about. Imagine a person who is dying at a young age of teens, or who's not sure whether she'll be able to survive or not. What kind of thoughts will be going in her mind? And if I could bring her back, and I hope if the history were kind and she was alive, I would love to spend time with her. That is all.
Well, do you want to try?
Yes, yes.
Yes, which is your favorite movie and why it is?
I don't know how many of you have watched The Pursuit of Happiness, but I can say Many Rays of Hell. This is one of the greatest movie I have watched, and it is close to my heart. And every time I watched it, it touches my heart again and again. The movie belongs to a relation between a father and son, which revolves around how life gives struggle and how you can turn them into opportunity. It's a classic example where you can see how beautifully this struggle converted into a huge success. The moment this actor is actor done by the Will Smith, and the moment he converted into a success, he didn't follow his roots. He didn't miss his roots. He knew where he belongs, and he became a perfect example for those who are seeking opportunity outside and going for the money without any purpose, or maybe the objective is not clear to them, and uh, going for the money and just for the because everybody is going, so they are also interested in doing so. Thank you.
Thank you. So now I think we have covered. So over to you, Toastmaster Ayushi.
Thank you, Madam Table Topic Master. I liked how we covered almost all those who didn't speak, and we all had a chance to share our views on the given topic. So thank you all for volunteering, and thank you, Madam Table Topic Master, for such interesting topics. Now, going back to the theme, this is where you as a person broke your inconsistency. In a Toastmasters meeting, we all want the chance to speak. And this is the session where we get a chance to speak. And we took it. That was our one step on breaking inconsistencies. But do you know how else can you break your inconsistency? The easiest way is to get rid of an old habit and instead of that, build a new one. When you're feeling anxious, at least when I feel anxious, I bite my nails. So I made a habit to trim my nails beforehand, before I have a big day. And that's what I did today. Both of my nails are trimmed. You want to read a book daily? We discussed. Keep it on your bed or near a bedside table so that you don't spend your time scrolling on your phones. You have your book, spend time with the book instead. To break barriers and build bridges, the best way to do so is to have a community around you. To speak and to learn and grow, you have Toastmasters. You have a community of people who support you in your speaking journey. They give you with feedback. They give you with a support system to who you can count on. In Toastmasters, what I have realized is that when you're working on your speech, and let's say you're stuck, which happens a lot with me, if you go on to someone and you just message them, hey, I'm stuck, can you help me? 99% of the time, no one will say you no. They might say, not now, give me an hour or two and I'll connect with you later. But no one would ever say no. And that's the best part about having a community. You don't have to do it all alone. Find people who are like-minded like you and lean on their shoulders if you need them. I am building a habit of walking 10,000 steps daily. And I have my community here who is trying as well. Those of you who raised your hand, and those of you, even if you didn't, make it a point to go out and spend, go out and walk for your body because it is healthy. Find like-minded people. Take out your friends and family with yourself if going alone is not an option. So these are some of the ways where I think you can break your barrier and build a new bridge. Now, with that said, let us now move on to our evaluation session where our team will give us evaluation. And the evaluation team that we have here is the general evaluator who would evaluate the meeting and his team will evaluate particular aspects of the meeting. So with that, Ashish, our general evaluator, I hand over the stage to you.
Thank you, TMoD. Taking of yours, let's compliment our Toastmaster of the day. We are in the normally evaluation is the last section, but today, because it's a special meeting, we have meditation afterwards. So therefore, it's going to be second last session. We'll have amazing meditation by one of the experts of the meditation. We look forward to that and let us begin with the evaluation section. And first, we start with the speech evaluation. And today, for the first speaker, first and the only speaker, the second speaker apparently seems to have got stuck. So we will have evaluation done by Sharad. Sharad, would you like to take? Oh, sorry, Dikshita. Yes, my apologies. Sharad was wondering. Over to you, Dikshita.
So, Vishaka, thank you, first of all. So, I really love your speech. I love the way you compare the life, the poker tips, and I'm sure it resonates with all of us because I'm sure I'm sure these things have become quite common now. Like when we talk about green flag, red flag, harassment, but when like if you see it like a decade or maybe like 20 years back, these terms were not very common, and we were not expected to recognize such terms because these are not like acceptable in the society. Okay, so I love the way you have compared the whole topic. You actually have given this sneak peek of your life. It was quite interesting. You were quite confident. Your speech was quite clear. But the only thing I felt that you were quite stagnant at one place. You should have instead used the entire stage, like whatever the space you had. Okay. And since you were quite confident, I didn't know why you are holding those chips with you. All right. But we're quite confident. I'm sure you memorized it quite well. And the next thing I would like to highlight that you could have at least like the ending was a little bit abrupt. Maybe you'd have like added few more sentences to make it like a conclusion. But overall, it was a very good speech, quite confident, and I love the way you presented the speech. Thank you.
Second time evaluator, right, Dikshita?
Yeah.
Super. So as you know, in our journey, not only the speakers are learning, but evaluators are learning as well. So that's how the magic works, and that's how Toastmasters help us to develop and grow. On that note, first we'll have the evaluation of tag team, and thereafter I'll cover my general evaluation. First, let's invite our accountant, Toastmaster Sharad, to share his report with us.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashish. So let me begin my report with the prepared speeches. So, Toastmaster Vishaka, you didn't use any kind of filler words except so one time. Although so is used 2-3 times, but those are in resonating with the speech. So only one time you have used so, and although it's very perfect, and I give a kudos to you so that you have given such a wonderful speech in your icebreaker. The next section is the table topic section, and for the table topic, first one is Yatin. Yatin, you have used more than 5 times, one time, one time, so 2 times. Toastmaster Dikshita, nothing as such word used, only so use one time, and is a repetitive word you have used 2 times. Guess Lekha, you used 4 times, and so 4 times. Vivanshu, guess Vivanshu used 2 times, so 2 times. One of thing I've seen that as you are coming for 4 to 5 meeting continuously, there is an improvement in your clutter word you are using. Just a small recommendation is here that don't start with a meeting with so. You are not going to miss the boat. You can use it. You can take a pause, long pause, and think about it, and have a wonderful starting. It will do wonders. Guess Ravish use more than 5 times. So 3 times. Guess Vivek use for more than 5 times, but 1 times, and so 3 times. Chintan, again, very perfect example. There is no clutter words or filler words I can found, and it's a learning like for all the new members that how to give a table topic speech with no clutter words. And I thank to the table topic master giving him a so easy topic which became very uncomfortable in between, but he how survived without giving any filler words. I would like Chintan if we can give after my section to give how he is improving his filler words. And again, Toastmaster Ashish, perfectly no filler word is used. Kudos to you. And in the end, myself, I am unable to count it, but I know there are so many still, which I will work upon it. In the evaluation section, Dikshita.
I think we lost audio for online people.
Can you guys hear us? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
There is an interruption. We are setting it up again. It'll take.
Ashish, you were audible, but now you're not.
Yeah, in between I went mute. Yeah, I should be audible now, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
super. We are restarting the system. That system conked off, so we are restarting the main system. Just give us a bit. Can we connect this and go on? We just but audio, I don't know how it'll work.
Okay. So give me 1 more minute. Then
Yep. Okay, in the meantime, what we can do is grammarian report is there. So you could come here and give your report, or you'll have to come here because, and I will change the camera also.
Timer, we must timer. Yeah. We must focus each for time.
Yeah, first you will come here and share your report.
Yeah, timer will be.
First timer. Okay.
So am I audible?
Yeah.
Yes. So, okay. We'll start with the icebreaker. Wonderful speech by Vishaka. She completed her speech in 4 minutes, 43 seconds, which is within the allotted time. And coming to the table topics, everyone managed to stay within their allotted time, but this time I won't get away with this. There are two people, that is dear Toastmaster Deekshita and Toastmaster Vishaka, who never managed to stay within the allotted time. So that is Deekshita is at 57 seconds and Vishaka at 48 seconds. That's all.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. So now we can have the evaluation of our grammarian. Come here, come here. Okay.
So as a grammarian, I don't have much to say because today the topic was quite interesting, building the bridges, and didn't find much grammatical mistakes. As per the word of the day, it was used only once, and miss the boat was again used only once. And the few things I'd like to highlight, like when you say like I ask right questions, maybe you can just reframe the sentence saying that I would want to evaluate myself. Secondly, if you mention like words like a sentence like office work, maybe you can just reframe the sentence mentioning a professional front. Okay. And what could be the likes of a meeting? Instead of likes of a meeting, you can just say the topic of the meeting or maybe what kind of discussion it could be. That's all. Otherwise, nothing as such to highlight today. Thank you so much.
Okay, that was a breeze. Alright. So today I think everybody is trying to really conserve time because they are worried about the timer. Alright, that was on a lighter note. So now we come to the overall evaluation section, and I'll start from the right beginning. Our meeting started sharp on time, and the Sergeant shared his address well, energetic one, asking all of us to give a round of applause. And then the presiding officer was wonderful. Okay, that is self-complimenting, and I'll not do that. Alright. Coming to the first speaker first, Vishaka, I think you did a fab job. Really, really good speech. It's like we have the icebreaker. Icebreaker are good generally, right? But there are great icebreaker. I would say this was one of the great ones, and I think it was very crisp. You exuded confidence on the stage. Looked like you prepared a lot, so which I think kudos to you. I think the drafting of the speech was very well done. It did not look like an icebreaker as far as drafting is concerned, and I would recommend you to take this speech with a little bit of build to the ISC competition, which is coming very soon. ISC is International Speech Contest, and I think such kind of speech can touch the hearts and minds a lot. So very well delivered, very well crafted. You had those papers like evaluator pointed out, which is I think okay. It's what I often do is also I keep my draft here next to me. It gives me the confidence that it's there in case I forget. I can refer to it. And this happens more so when in icebreaker in the contest you will not be allowed, but when you're giving a normal speech, you could keep the draft next to it or on your phone, etc. That's fine. And the best part was you were not reading from them. I saw once or twice you did refer to them, which is fine. but you were not reading from them. You were engaging with the audience, you were engaging with everyone. Super job done. We could have, like the evaluator mentioned, the ending part of it, try to make it a little more smoother. I think the comparison with the chips and there were a lot of takeaways for the audience, which I think are a special one for an icebreaker. So keep it up. All of us would love to listen to you more and more. Now, in icebreaker, in the evaluation in Toastmaster, we don't leave the evaluators also, right? So we do evaluate the evaluators as well, and somebody perhaps is evaluating me as well, and that's my own self. Okay, when it comes to the evaluation, I thought the beginning part of evaluation, before you come to the recommendation, the commendation need to be elaborated. It should not be so crisp and short, because that's what touches the hearts and minds of people, right? When we talk about something positive in an elongated way and build yourself, pick snips from the story, that also helps to kind of recall the speech for the entire audience, right? So first 2 minutes, what is the normal rule is 2 minutes just commendation, then use the last 1 minute to give the recommendation and wrapping up with the commendation, right? So that mantra works well. So try and see that you build onto that as we go along in your evaluation journey. But a job well done. Observations of yours, special more so on the commendations were sharp, which is excellent job. So that speaks volume about your observational skills, which is I think one of the very good trait of an evaluator. Good job. Now coming first, I'll cover the table topic master. A lot of table topics today, and the table topic masters, the topics were chosen were very simple, looking very simple, but as they say, the sometimes simple can be a little more complicated because it makes you think and it makes you come up with those answers. I think overall you did very good job with regard to the topics. One improvement from a table topic session, and this again message for everybody whosoever is taking, because we have quite a few people who are taking either for the first time, second time, third time. The method of inviting the table topic speaker is topic, name, topic, right? Or even, right? So you cover the topic, you repeat the topic twice before you hand over to the speaker. It allows a little bit of additional time for speaker to think through, right? And also it kind of, the topic is clear for the entire audience. So that's the model of a Toastmasters meeting, that you repeat the topic twice before handing over the stage to the speaker. So that's one element which you can work on next time when you come on the stage. And second element is, it is generally encouraged to talk a little bit about the previous speech before you move to the next. Right? What the speaker said, what you like, what you can resonate, so that's again a way to stitch the overall meeting a little better, right? Some of the table topics were very breezy, and our timer mentioned that two people, right? Dixita, and the second one was Vishaka. Vishaka is really conservative on the time. She conserves every second of it. Yes. Finish her job well. And now coming to the table topics speaker, I covered quite a few of them on the chat box, so I'll refer my own chat box as well for my memory to be helped. So first was Yatin, right? Yatin, I loved your delivery. I think you spoke very relatively less time. I don't have it here sent as yet. I will send it from there. I loved your delivery part of it. Your topic was, remind me.
Book. It was about a book.
About a book, and you covered about the book Secret. That's my all-time favorite. Those of you who have not read should read. A very nice book. I think you're stitching the story about the topic, and your delivery was fab. The stitching the story part of it was good. Try and see if something you could include it on from your personal life into it, right? And this is the challenge in a table topic, and this is common for all of us. I did not do it in my own topic as well. There was no story of my own life. This is the challenge. Include short, sweet story which you can tell the audience. So then it is about your speech, because our stories are unique to us, right? Nobody will have exactly the same story as perhaps what your life story will be. And that adds the value to the audience significantly. So some of the elements which I have looked at in the table topics evaluation. First one is the opening, body, and closing. The opening is generally that you engage the audience, get the audience along with you, have the body, and then end with a call to action. So that's the mantra which works very well from a speech structuring standpoint, right? So I have given input to all of you around these three topics. That's one. Second, try to include your story. Third, stitch it together well so it looks like a seamless storytelling. And fourth, the delivery part of it. Of course, the delivery element will always play a role in it. So this was about Yatin. Second was
Dikshita.
Second was Dikshita. Short and sweet. Dikshita, your topic was?
What would you do if you have time for one free time?
Yeah, free time for a year. And again, your story was very neatly stitched. You talked about two things. They were they were like a breeze. They came and went. Try and see that you have the connect with the audience in the opening, getting a little bit of body. In the body, you can include your personal speech, ending with a call to action, ending with the engagement audience action. Like Chintan ended this time as what you guys think. That's a little less call to action, but before that he had a good call to action, right? So engaging the audience in the end, engaging the audience in the beginning, and in between sandwiching your story is the mantra which works the best. Then was Salakha. Salakha, staying motivated in the challenging time. Your opening was good. You included the story of your life as well. Talked about a few challenges which you have gone through. Your call to action was less, and as a guest, we don't expect you to be right up there. I think that's the element when next time you're on the stage, you can include, and your drafting and delivery was also good. So kudos to you, keep it up. Now coming to yes, one more point I will avoid repeating the topic at the start of it, and this is very one of our Toastmaster, his name is Sunil, he said very interesting thing. He repeatedly was told, and we had a session about table topics as well, where the expert came and told us that we should not repeat, or there are two, three things avoidable. One is thanks table topic master. A lot of people say that today, I don't think anybody did, but this is general practices which are avoidable. Thanks table topic master, or repeating the topic as it is. This is avoidable. So what Sunil said is, so he said, now since it is avoidable, I do this, but in my mind. Yeah, because we are so used to it, right? So, and that's one of the funny things I thought an incident I can share with all of you. So avoid doing that. Just start, just like you start a speech. In a speech start, you just start engaging with the audience. You are addressing the audience and not the tabletop master in that sense. Right. So coming to the coming to the third one, I'm sorry. The third one was Vibhanshu. Vibhanshu, your opening was good. Story was missing. In your speeches, in your table topics, you are a good speaker. You've been complimented on that also by your line manager. Try and include your own personalized story a little more, because with chat GPT and stuff, the gyan or the knowledge is reservoir is enough, right? There is so much for us to read, learn, listen. People love to listen stories. So try and see how can you stitch your knowledge passing on through your stories. There was an element of story in your speech. Try and increase that element is what I recommend. Overall, good job. The next was
Ravish.
Next was Ravish. Yes. No, inventor. Who was the inventor?
Next to
Ravish.
only.
Ravish.
Inventor was
Vivek.
Vivek.
Yes. Because after.
Yeah. I'll come to Ravish. Ravish somehow is not there right now in the list. Coming to our inventor first. What a thoughtful invention, man. We need this. All of us need this. Gurgaon will be a different place once your invention comes through. I think you again thought on your feet very well. Came up with that invention and stitched together the communication well. And you linked it. You come from Kota and you are here, and the difference between the AQIs, and this is something very rarely the human race need, our next generation need, our own generation need also, right? So in the future, try and see that you have a little bit of call to action, maybe like ending, for example, hey guys, who's there to invent it for us, can be a good call to action, right? It's a little funny one, and humor generally work in speeches. So that's one element you can incorporate. Right, the next one is Vishakha in my list. Vishakha told about the movie. Vishakha, your opening was humorous, so I think kudos to you for that. Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum, a nice one. And Shah Rukh Khan fan, I am also one of them. You conveyed the rationale and you conveyed your thoughts well, and you left the stage. It was a bit short, so try and see that you take a little longer time and have a little proper ending part of it, right? Your start was good. The body was okay, and the ending was a little bit missing. So try and see that your ending of the speech is elaborated, connected with the audience, what you want to leave with the audience, and summarizing what you said is another good way by which you can end well. Next in my list was Chintan. Chintan, what happiness means to you? I think when you were speaking, the words were as much coming through as emotions were. So I think that is one element which resonated well. I thought the topic took you deep, which is kudos to the table topic master as well. Just a moment. You had great face expression. You delivered the speech with your heart. The opening was amazing. The story was well inducted. The call to action was there. Your story, your speech in the middle, I thought could have been better. But that's one element which you can work on next time you are there on the stage. Overall, extremely good job done. The next on my list is Mr. Sharad. Sharad, a nice speech. He's missing, so we'll cover it anyways. He had a nice speech. Great choice of the movie, by the way. It's one of the favorite movie of many, and the message was relatable to all. The story could have been included a little better. So that's the evaluation of table topics. Now coming to the evaluation of very own TMoD. So firstly, Ayushi is one of the skilled speaker when she's on the stage and she's engaging with the audience. And this is one thing which happens with all of us. And raise your hand, does it happen with you or not? That when we are on the stage, sometimes we don't get the exact response as we have prepared or anticipated. How many of you it happens? Yeah, you would have said, like she said, can somebody come and share stories? But nobody came. Right, and those are the things which very often takes us, it is visible on our face, it's visible on our expression, or something has gone wrong, right? And that's, I think, one of the differentiating factor of a good speaker and a great speaker. A great speaker will take it into his or her stride as if nothing has happened. You will not even realize, you will feel, even if he or she has fumbled or forgotten something or done something has happened here and there, audience response is not what we expect, they will just take it like this. And I think that's how Ayushi handled it. It was amazingly well done. She had, I think, the topic itself was very deep. 4 Bs, breaking barriers and building bridges. She spoke, she shared her personal stories, 10,000, starting with 10,000 steps and how habit building. And one of the things which she said about doing things when we do not feel like, actually, that is the mantra. I have done a lot of reading around habit building. It's like the biggest challenge is doing things when you do not feel like as well. And a lot of time our mood or our vagaries tend to come into the play. That was well covered. The elements of her own storytelling was there. The element of science was there in that. The references were drawn. Could have stepped up on the audience engagement, which I think the virtual TMoD, and when the larger audience is physical, it becomes a little bit of challenge. So I think that is one aspect which we can work on, Ayushi. And especially on the TMoD, the recommendation is to come physically, because then the engagement is that level above. Yeah, but I'm sure you would have tried and you couldn't make it for a reason. So that is element number one. Element number two, engage the audience and get them speaking, etc. You engage them by asking questions. And again, you even asked the stories, etc. And perhaps, next time around, somebody from the physical can be nominated to help the TMoD so that the engagement can be a little better. So I think that is one input I'll give to the entire EC for us to work on it. That brings me to the conclusion of my evaluation section. I think the tag team I have not covered, so I'll cover them very quickly. We have time for that, right?
Yeah, we have.
Yes, so our missing people are still missing. So presiding officer as well as our meditation champion is yet to join us. So we'll continue. I'll hand over to TMoD and she will perhaps engage us even more. Before that, let me cover our tag team. Timer, good job. You are very diligent in terms of timing. One recommendation which I'll have is that whenever you are sharing the timing, share it prominently and keep it up for around 10 seconds. Okay, because especially when the speaker is engaging with the audience, Like I did not even notice when you have shown the timer card when I was there on the stage, right? So A, doing it a little more prominently and keeping it up for about 10 seconds so that the speaker does not miss the card. Like in my case, I was engaged with the audience, I missed the cards altogether. And so I was in a dilemma whether I've spoken for 2 minutes or 1 minute, I myself don't know. Right. So that's one element, and overall extremely well done. I think it's a highly diligent role and you played extremely well. Let's give a round of applause for him. Coming to our counter, who is missing. So I think he noted us pretty well. I have seen even my mentor doing our counter role, and I can tell you, you can do a lot, because there are sometimes even very good speakers have crutches which at times get missed. So I would encourage you guys to also take our counter role, challenge yourself to really find out the right crutches, right? And I've seen that happening, and it's a really good role to challenge your speaking skill, comprehension skill, and finding out where those crutches are. Sometimes people create their own crutches, and it happens, right? So that's one part, but overall, good job done. Coming to grammarian, Dikshita, you have taken this role second or third time? Second time. I thought your word of the day and the phrase of the day were well chosen. Word was a bit complicated, but phrase was good. But unfortunately, it wasn't used by any one of us. The part where I would where I would challenge you next time. Yeah. The part where I would challenge you next time is take more notes of good usage. Right? Good usage of English, which connects, and there were many today, which take note of that and repeat that. It helps audience in two ways. One, it first appreciates the person who has used it, because good usage is we give it by name, that so and so used this. One, it appreciates the person. Number two, it helps the entire audience to remember that. I really look forward to grammarian report because it kind of gives me the synopsis of what all good usages we have done in the meeting. Right. So that's, I think these are the two things which you can work on next time you have written. Right. On that note, let me hand over the stage back to our TMoD Toastmaster Ayushi with your round of applause. We have Purvi will be here anytime. So the moment she's here, after a minute or so, we will start the meditation session. In the meantime,
Okay. Thank you, Ashish, for your detailed evaluation. Each and every one of us was evaluated, and I'm sure we had some value to take back from Ashish and his team's evaluation. Thank you, Ashish and the team. Now, I would like to conclude today's theme. And I would like to talk about the motivation behind this theme. So, my neighbors, the one that lives next to me, they are an elderly couple. Like they are in their 90s and they are very old. And every morning I see them that they are tying up their shoes, they pick up their water bottle and they are heading out for a jog. Imagine at the age of 90s, they are heading out for a jog. And in many ways, my inspiration to get started with the 10,000 steps has been because of them. And one day I asked them, how are you so fit even at 90s? Because it's very rare to see older people who are going out for a jog. And they said that it's because of the habits that I built. He said that when I was your age, I used to go out on a run. Some days I would devote 1 hour in running, and in other days there was none. But slowly and gradually, I formed the habit which lasted for a lifetime. And I was like, this is what I want to be when I turn 90, or if I'm lucky enough to be alive till 90, I want to be like that. And that was my inspiration to get started with this habit. And you know what the best part is? That you can do it too. It's just getting into the momentum and building the discipline. And there was one thing he said that stuck with me that I'm so passionate about 10,000 steps daily. He said that if you take care of your body will take care of you. And that is why I'm revolving around so many habits that I want to walk, I want to eat healthy, I want to read books and everything. Because if you take care of your body, it will take care of you. And those are the words that have resonated with me. You and I, we are creatures of habits. The more bridges you build, the more they will become a part of you. And the more it becomes a part of you, the more the bridge strengthens. And the best part about habit is that sky is the limit. You can build numerous habits and you can start that today. So, well, that concludes my theme. Thank you for attending. And I would like to ask that do we have our special guest with us?
Not yet, Ayushi.
Okay.
She will be there in a moment.
Yeah.
Okay. Meanwhile, what we can do is we can have the voting links in the chat and we can vote for the best speaker,
Yes,
the best auxiliary player,
we can take the
the
guest
best.
feedback. Yeah, we can take the guest feedback. Thanks, Ayushi, since our presiding officer is absent today. We mark her absent, not on leave. Okay, the guest is supposed to. Okay, we won't be harsh. We're good people. Yes or no?
Yes.
So now we start the second last section of the meeting, as the last will be this time the meditation and so on. All of you, please vote, and once the guests have voted, they can come on the stage and share feedback.
Meanwhile, we can ask Vivek.
Yeah, Vivek would be also voting. Vivek, you have voted, or would you like to share feedback? You're on mute.
I didn't cast my vote yet. So, yeah.
So maybe you could share feedback and then cast your vote.
Okay, sure. Yeah. So this is my first session in Toastmaster, and I really like to improve. I really want to improve my communication skills. So that's why I joined the Toastmaster club. I joined as a guest now. So yeah, I really like the concept, and the program is well arranged, and speakers were very good, and the topic was very well chosen. So I really like the whole of the Toastmaster concept, and I really found it interesting, and I wish to join further also. Yeah.
Great. Let's give a round of applause for Vivek.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Ashish, if I can, can I take a minute?
Yes,
Chintan
sure.
this side.
Yes, Chintan.
What Sharad had asked me about account, I just want to say it out loud.
Sure.
That the crazy mission I took is from Eloquent itself. That time, the grammarian used to introduce the flawless speaker, and I was after that coveted tag of flawless speaker, and that's how I started going after not having the crutch words. And one thing which I share to people who ask me, and as Sharad asked me, I just want you all to do one thing. Everyone say that take a deep breath before you speak, and that will help you to reduce your ahs and ums. I want you to take the deep breath and tell me when you take a deep breath, your stomach goes in or out. You can put your hand and just check. Now, how many of yours stomach is going in when you are taking the breath? Right. And for rest of us, is it going out? See, out of 10, 1% is having a different way of breathing. And this is something I learned, that everyone says taking a deep breath helps. A breath from diaphragm always helps to speak clear, but no one tells how. So it's a simple thumb of rule that when you inhale, it's like a balloon, it has to go up. And we sometimes forget in modern age when we need to take selfie with our stomach tucked in. So remember that when you take the diaphragmatic breath, the stomach should move up. You can put a mobile when you sleep and just check if you are not sure. But that diaphragmatic breathing really helps to make the speech clear and crisp without the R counters and fillers. That has helped me, so I thought to share. Yeah.
Thank you, Chintan. Let's give a round of applause. And it goes in when your subconscious has gone up so much that it should not look out. So then it starts going in also. I've had that kind of experience as well. But on a lighter note, I around 12 years back, I went to Vive and there was a similar thing like Chintan is telling all of us. So we were all asked, and there were people from different continents, different countries, and we were asked that how many times you breathe in a minute or whether your stomach is going up or down. I think across different nationality here, only one person, but across the Yola, half the people were saying it's going the other way around. So you are not alone. Yeah, so there are a lot of people who went. So this means we need to learn breathing, and what a coincidence that Chintan you have raised this topic, and our breathing expert is here with us. Let's give a huge round of applause for him. And we'll cover the guest feedback later. Let's dive into the meditation section right away. You ready? You need a glass of water.
I have.
Okay, super.
I want all of you also to have a glass, one sip of water. It's so much intense discussions.
Yeah.
You can say?
Yeah, my seat is there.
Yeah.
Very good. Thank you so much.
You can say. I hijacked your seat.
No.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
So today we will be doing a meditation session of connecting to our inner self. Okay. So Chintan raised a very good point of breathing, and breathing helps us ground also and be in our core. So anytime there is anxiety and all, when we start panicking, we make wrong decisions. But if we are breathing, we remain calm and we are able to make the right decisions also in life. So let us start with meditation of connecting with inner self. The benefit is that when you are connected to your inner self, you can understand what is your gut saying instead of what is your brain saying, or in panic instant decisions you are making. So instead, you can connect to your inner self and listen to what your inner self has to say, your higher self, and then accordingly you can act and make decisions. So we will now close the eyes. Just relax, keep your back straight, but comfortable. I mean, don't make it too, too stiff. And try to put your feet on the ground. It is okay if it's not, but yeah, it will be good if you can. And take deep breaths. So when you breathe in, I'll count till 4 and you breathe in with me. Then I'll hold the breath. I'll count till 4. If you can, please take off your spectacles. And so the way we will do is I'll count till 4. All the 4 times you will breathe in for 4 seconds. Then 4 count, hold. Then 4 count, exhale. And then 4 count, hold again. Okay, so it's a cycle. So breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 1. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4. So follow this process by yourself. Now focus on the sensation of air getting into your body. Feel it going, stop the counting, just breathe in and breathe out comfortably. Feel the air spreading across your body when you breathe in. And slowly when you breathe out, all the stress and anxiety going out. The more you breathe in, more calmer you get. Your body
different parts of your body internally get filled with fresh air. And the more you breathe out, all stress and anxiety goes away. Now shift your focus on different parts of your body, starting from your head. Keep your eyes closed. Focus on your head. Further down, relaxation coming down to your forehead, slowly coming down to your ears, to your eyes, further down to your nose, to your cheeks, further coming down to your chin, slowly coming down to your neck, and further down to the shoulders, going down to your arms, to your elbows, to your wrists, to your fingers, then to your upper chest, upper back, further down to your stomach area, to your lower back, further going down to your hips, to your thighs. As this relaxation wave goes, you feel more and more relaxed. Further going down to your legs, to your ankles, to your feet. Feel each and area, each and every body part. Now, look at holistically and see, is there any part of your body wants to talk to you? Or is there any sensation, any body part? Just make it relax. Observe the sensations in your body. Feel the emotions. It can be any emotion. It can be sadness, grief, happiness, calmness, anxiety, anger. It could be from something recent, just few minutes ago, or from somewhere past. It's okay. Feel the emotion. Go to the body parts you usually ignore. The two fingers, your fingers, the ears, your chin. Our legs support us whole day, and we just take them for granted. Our hips support us whole day, and all we see is that they are gaining weight. Now connect to your Heart center. Bring all your attention to your heart. Feel the warmth and energy in the heart. Allow yourself to be simply present and witness whatever is coming up. Feel the emotion. This is your heart. This is where you connect when you love someone. It can be a child, a spouse, a partner, parents, anyone. So this is the same place from where you can connect with your own self. Feel the love. This is the place from which you can ask questions and seek guidance from your inner self. Ask it, what are the strengths in me that I can draw upon to move forward? Just be open to receive the answers you get. And if you don't get answer, ask again. What are the strengths in me I can draw upon to move forward in life? We will take 2 minutes more to just talk to the heart. Whatever else you want to ask, feel free to ask. It can be any guidance, discussing, sharing any problem. One minute more. Slowly, we will start coming back. Thank your own self. Thank your heart for supporting you in every way they are supporting. In living the life you're living. And slowly, We will come into our awareness. I'll start counting from 5 to 1 to 0. So 5, start coming back into your awareness. 4, start feeling the sounds around you. 3, start feeling the sensations, the temperature in the room. 2, start feeling the weight of your body on the chair, movement in your fingers, in your toes. 1, you're back in the room. And 0, you can open your eyes whenever you are ready. So Ravish and Divya, was I audible?
Yes, you were.
Thank you.
Thank you. It was nice.
So now let's discuss, how was it? Relaxing? Did you manage to speak to your inner self? Did you get any answers to any questions you have been seeking? Did you get any answers regarding the strengths you can carry forward?
Yes.
You did. So when you asked the question, what happened? There was no reply.
It was peaceful. That's
Okay, so you got into peace. What about you?
I don't know. I was just focusing on breathing.
Okay,
So there was
okay.
the focus was in the
In peace,
Yes.
no problem. Anybody else who did not get any answer to what strengths you can draw upon? Vivek, Divya, Ravish, Ayushi. You all got answers? You know what strengths you can use?
Lighter.
So is there any strength in you that you feel that you were not using till now, whatever answer you got? अच्छा, so Ravish, Divya and Vivek को तो answer नहीं मिला, है ना? No response. So I think you. So were you also into peace?
Yes.
Okay. So the answer you got about the strengths you're using was you are already aware of them and you're using them. Was there anyone got any new answer which you did not realize, did not think, or are not using in your life, a strength or trait?
They are not using the strength that's keeping the boundaries. So I got to answer that to set a strong boundary when you feel uncomfortable.
Do you know how to do that? Do you know how to set boundaries? Okay, but you were not doing it.
Yes.
Okay, right. So if anytime you want answers like this with your inner self, any problem you're facing in life, do the same exercise. We did a shorter version, okay? But you can sit as long as you want. There is no time limit. You can do for 5 minutes, you can do for 2 hours. It's up to you. But connect within, connect with your heart, and then see that what guidance you get in your life. Because our mind, it gets lost in a lot of noise and a lot of external factors. There is so much of disturbances from external factors around us. So we don't understand what is our mind saying, what is our gut telling us, and we get confused. So this is the best way to understand and learn that what is our own self saying. Take every important decision, do this exercise. Take the guidance from your own inner self. If you try it and if you get used to it, once your body gets used to and your mind gets used to it, then you will not even have to do this meditation. automatically the answers will come. Answers still come, but we don't recognize that, it is the answer from our inner self. So then you will start understanding that, acha, this is coming from me within. So then, and the more you listen to it, the more stronger it gets and the more accurate it gets. Okay. Any questions regarding this?
Anybody? Anyone from virtual audience, any question you have?
I just like to need to know, is there any particular time we should do it, or we can do it at any time with no certain sort of advantages to do it in a particular time?
No, see, meditation as such, you can do any time of the day, especially whenever you have problem, that is the best time to do it, that is the most difficult time. When you are disturbed and there is so much anxiety and stress or negative emotion, focusing is very difficult. But even in that case, just sit, observe your thoughts. And then in some time you will realize that there is so much of emotion and, there is so much of commotion there inside the heart. So that is when you have to relax and, slowly you will relax and get. But ideally, for meditation, yes, it is said that it's very efficient and good if you do in the start of the day, especially Brahma Muhurat, or, at the end of the day before sleeping. So at the end of the day, you can relax and let go through meditation, let go everything, balance your body, chakras. And in the morning, you can start with the day, connect and find the purpose of the day. And Brahma Muhurat is also meditation doing at that time is also, it empowers your intuition. So Brahma Muhurat is a very good time, but 4 o'clock utke karna is like apne aap mein 4:30 is challenge. But any time of the day you can do, but do. Daily, even if you do for 5 minutes, please do. And you will see the change in your life. So now today is 30th, right?
Yes.
We have 1 month. So take a challenge. 5 minutes at least meditation every day.
And another question. What is the right way to do it? Is it okay if like a lot of thoughts are coming in my mind, or am I supposed to focus on one thing, or am I supposed to think of nothing?
No,
What
there is nothing you are supposed to or not supposed to do. Every body is different, every mind is different. So just sit, observe your breath. Observe your breath. Okay? Focus on your breath. Thought aa rahe hain, aane do, ja rahe hain, jane do. Because it's like if you push them away, try not to focus, they'll come more. So you can't stop them and control them. Don't do that. And
so it's more about breathing.
Breathing. Focus on breathing. See, there are different type of meditation. Maybe we can do a session some other time. Because now it's like closing time for you. There where I can tell you what are the different type of meditations. So you can pick and choose any one at any point of time, not a problem. But yes, for now, the easiest way is to focus on breathing. So focus on the tip of your nose, for example, because even breathing also, it can be distracting. So focus on the tip of your nose. Every time thought comes, which means your focus has gone away from the tip of your nose, because mind is thinking, so it's not focused here. So bring the focus back. Acha baad mein aana karke. So keep focusing, and then slowly, it's a practice. So people who get into no thoughts at all, that takes a lot of practice. So once you reach that, uske baad to kuch question hi nahi rehte hain. And that is when you get the, once you start regularly meditating, you get all the answers of all your problems in life. There is no bigger guide in life than your own inner self. So you don't need all these mentors, coaches, tutors, life coaches, career counselors. You don't need anyone. Your own inner self will guide you for everything, for the purpose we are here and all those things.
One last question. Anybody?
How chakra meaning helps?
So chakras are, it's a very good question. Chakras are connected, in our body, they are connected to different body parts, each part, and different emotions. So the moment you start, when we get upset or something is disturbing us emotionally, mentally, physically, so our chakras get disturbed. So if you work on chakras and then they start moving into the right speed and all. So if they're working fine, then what happens? अगर आप चलाते रहते हो चम्मच से कप के अंदर चीनी घुल जाता है, right? So similarly, when you're doing the chakras are moving, rotating at the right speed, all your emotions that are blocked, they just get removed, they get dissolved and go away. So the chakra healing helps in maintaining those chakras, balancing them so that all the blocked emotion go away. So you will not get, so you can get rid of emotional, physical problems also. So all these problems we have, hypertension hai, cancer hai, or every problem in the body is connected to some chakra or the other. So if you keep working on them regularly, तो वो problems साथ के साथ resolve होते रहेंगे.
So one last question. So
No problem.
in chakra healing, there are two meditation like I do usually. Like I was quite frequent last year, but this year not frequent. Okay, so the one is with the sound like the and the another is with the colors. Which one do you suggest is the best one?
Whichever makes you focus better. Okay, both are fine. Each chakra is related to a sound and a color. So people who visualize, who are more visual, they like to visualize with colors. That is more effective. People who are more auditory, they like to work with sounds. So that is more effective. So whichever, you can do both also. Okay, वो sound चल रहा है and आप color visualize कर लो. You can do that also. So whichever works. The purpose is these are all mechanisms to make it work. So whichever works for your own body.
Okay, thank you so much, Purva. We have a slide open for you.
How nice. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Yes. It is a pleasure to be here.
Thank you. On a lighter note, I am doing my own little bit of meditation. Some of people know because it was part of my last month's goal. But today I learned something new, that instead of asking Chat GPT, we can ask Heart GPT also, right? So we don't need to ask always Chat GPT for answers. Heart GPT might have better answers for us. Yes or no? So, but yes, it takes a lot deeper realization, and many of us perhaps meditate for first time, so the answers doesn't come forthright. But like what our expert Purva mentioned, so once you start doing it more regularly, the answers start coming, and we don't need anybody. And I think we are resourceful within ourselves in order to work.
True. In fact, ours was very, very short. If I knew that some are doing for the first time, I would have said, okay, we'll do 40 minutes or something.
Maybe once you're back from your commitments, we'll have one a little longish one.
Yes.
So where everybody can benefit, right? Let's give a huge round of applause.
Thank you. In fact, if we can do, if you're not doing this meeting,
Yes.
and everyone is from Gurgaon only.
No, in the virtual audience, there are a few people from outside Gurgaon. Today, everybody is from Gurgaon, right? Now, Ravish as well as Vivek is in Gurgaon. Ayushi, you are in Gurgaon today?
No, not today. I mean,
Yeah,
if everyone was belonging from Gurgaon, then I would have said, come to my office.
Yes, you invite
And
us.
we can just do meditation, not the
Yeah,
session.
but that will have to be away from the meeting because that meeting will not happen. So we will have to
Away.
find out.
And then people from virtual will not be able to do it. They can. I mean, इस पे Zoom पे तो कर ही सकते हैं.
Correct. So Zoom, we have Zoom.
Zoom तो laptop पे हो जाएगा ना?
Okay.
We will not have the screen.
Yeah, but we will try the TV thing, but we can connect through laptop.
Laptop.
Next time we'll try and connect. All right. So now I'll hand over to Sharath to conclude the meeting with the sharing of the awards. We'll skip the guest feedback. Those of you who give it on the guest group, I'll recommend, because in the interest of time, so we can straight away go for the awards.
So guys, everybody have voted, I suppose. Now this is the time for the results. So first of all, the first role is for the best auxiliary role player. Nominations are the timer, Toastmaster Kashyap, grammarian, Toastmaster Dikshita, and our counter, myself. And is there any guesses? It's a tie between myself and it's what is it? Yeah, Kashyap. Yeah, sure.
Very kind.
Thank you.
Thank you. The second one is the best table topic speeches among the members. Nomination are Toastmaster Dikshita, Toastmaster Vishakha, Toastmaster Ashish, myself, Toastmaster Chintan. And the award goes to any guesses? Exactly. It's not here, but we have many picks we can use until.
Yes.
The third one is the guest table topic speeches, and the nominations are the guest Vibhanshu, guest Salekha, guest Yatin, guest Ravish, and guest Vivek. Any guesses?
Tough one.
Yes, sir.
Exactly, guest Yatin. The next two award, as there is no second speaker and evaluator, but you both go to deserve a award because of the icebreaker speech, and I congratulate Toastmaster Vishaka for his icebreaker speech.
Just wondering what will she do with that?
Next best speech evaluator, no doubt it's Toastmaster Dikshita.
You know, well, yeah.
Thank you for taking the role on the spot. I know it's a tough task to have multiple roles. As I'm playing today, it's tough. The next and the last one is the best role player, and the nomination are TMoD Toastmaster Ayushi, Table Topic Master Toastmaster Kamilka, and General Evaluator Toastmaster Ashish Agrawal. Any guesses? Again, it's a tie between Toastmaster Ayushi and Toastmaster Ashish.
Super.
We can spotlight these two people.
Expert. Yep. You come here. Right. Otherwise, you could catch your van. One hand, that's it.
Very nice.
Anybody from virtual audience?
So you come.
Okay.
You'll have to give one hand towards the other side.
Okay.
Very.
Aishi, other hand.
Other one.
Yes.
Ready.
Perfect. Super.
With this, I'll call upon the end of this meeting. And thank you so much for joining us today. And thank you, ma'am, for coming us and inviting us with this mindful session. And we will look forward for more session from you in the future. And if will figure it out how we can go to your place and have a learning
I
session.
can come also here, not a problem. I can do that.
Definitely.
We have a longish one, so
Yeah.
that will.
Before closing up, like, can we have a Zoom fee?
I will sleep and give you.
Or I can just say.
Yeah, everybody come here. Can have a.
I'll click the photo.
You can go in
Come
my
with the guests.
No, no.
The guests are also have to be there.
Yeah.
Some of us go in that camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, some of us can come in that camera.
Okay, I'm good.
Auntie, can you please take a snap?
Okay.
On a count of 1, 2, and 3. Smile. Done.
Thank you everyone for joining us today.
Thank you.